Hey everybody, welcome back to STARDEUS. Hope you're having a sweet day. We're going to be continuing our little manufacturing area here, trying to get it up here. But I wanted to bring up a thing that you might get in your game when you're playing, since by the time this video posts, you guys are playing this game too, probably. Or at least a lot of you are. The ship computer actually has two different variations of heat buildup, and this isn't really explained very well in the game yet, at least not as of my recording here. So there's like an external heat buildup and an internal heat buildup. And the external heat is what you can see with this overlay, and that is, of course, that there's no problems here. Now, the heat sinks that you can apply to the ship computer, they help a little bit. They don't help with the external temperature, okay? The heat sinks are designed to help with the internal temperature. And that wasn't something that I was aware of. The radiators that we're placing over here, these are items that are useful for controlling the external temperature. So what we want to do here, I need to change this up just a little bit because of this. So what we want to do here is we're going to want to make a couple of changes to how this wall is. I'm going to take these two and actually thinking probably these three. I might just redo the whole wall. Actually, you know what? Let's just pause this really quick. We're going to redo this wall. So the idea here initially, wait, is there a, hold on. All right, it looked like there was a lit floor there, and I didn't want to override it. The idea initially was just to like let the heat build up in here, and the heat goes out, and whatever. Like, this is it. You've solved the problem, but not really, because internal heat will still continue to form in this unit, and it reduces the efficiency of this unit. So if I take a look at this, you're gonna say operational efficiency is 99%, and that's great. That's because offline, between videos, I had that thing pop up again where it's like, by the way, your operational efficiency is low due to medium heat buildup. You can do your cooldown cycle, and it will give you this big pop up in the center of the screen. And if you say okay and you try to keep playing, like 10 seconds later, it's going to bug you again. It's going to keep bugging you over and over again until you do it. I don't like how it does that, but it does that. And when it does that, eventually you're going to go through the cooldown cycle, and it kind of dims your screen, ends the simulation for you temporarily. Things continue to play in the background over time, and then it brings you back, right? And this is sort of a way of cooling down its internal temperature. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to expand this little exclusive zone that I've got going on in here, with the hope of this being that we can actually going to go ahead and close that now so I don't vent anything out into space here. There we go. I was hoping that they would, simply do this alongside doing the other things, right? But you see how this temperature is starting to build up inside here now? I mean, it's still very cold, but it's going to start building up in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to widen this out so that I have room for heat sinks. And then those heat sinks are going to be what I ultimately use to reduce the internal temperature, or at least slow down the buildup of internal temperature. When that happens again, the internal temperature, I'll show you what it looks like. But for now, we're going to get rid of these walls. And then we can go ahead and get rid of these ones in the back here too, I guess. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so this is all done now. So this is all reinforced flooring, correct? I just want to make sure that is. Yes, it's all reinforced flooring and reinforced walls, so it can handle temperatures. Okay, good. So now we've got all this stuff here, all right? And I'm going to wait for them to get all these, all this stuff out of here, like hauling it out of here. Temperature still looks pretty good on the inside, no big deal. And we've just arrived at our new planet. Ooh, big green planet. We'll get there in a second. So what I'm going to do in this area now, just because I'm sort of learning how the game works right as we go, is I'm going to go into, I don't actually know where it is. Maybe special? No, it's never where I think it is. So the radiator is used to help cool the place down, right? And then the heat sinks are to right here, these heat sinks. Build it close to your starship's computer to slow down the overheating process. Adding more than a few will have diminishing effects. The overheating process does not have anything to do with the external temperature around this unit. That's the thing that, again, is not very well explained in the game yet. The heat sink is for internal temperature buildup. And so what we're gonna do with this is I'm gonna place two behind it, and we're gonna have that be the first bit, because we're gonna kind of fill this room, and well, I can't fill the room and then have them be like, I can't get back there to make this. So these heat sinks will serve to help the internal buildup of temperature. This operational efficiency will drop slower now because of this, okay? Now, if I take a look at this again, we're probably gonna do a couple more, but I can't place these heat sinks here. Sorry, right, nope. Give me the right tool, please. Build a copy. I can't place this here and have it be effective, I don't think. It won't let me build it here. I guess it will let me build it back there. All right, cool. It will let me build it back there. Great. So we're gonna have heat sinks in the back. I guess diagonal does count as adjacent to the unit. So we're gonna put 4 of these in here. And then I'm gonna place a couple of radiators in here, and then we're gonna see if this needs to be enclosed at all. It's possible this doesn't even need to be enclosed. But for now, we're making it enclosed. And I just want to see if that matters. Now, we're going to eventually, if it doesn't work, I'll end up moving the radiator into here anyway, because we have oil in this refinery as well as the grinder here. And I'm not sure I need 2 grinders, but I'm leaving that open, the possibility of needing 2 grinders, okay? What I need to do now, or what I want to do now, is make another vent right here. There, like that, yep. And then get that connected. So I've moved stuff. You can see I've moved stuff. I got plastic production happening on this one. I've got reactor efficiency upgrades still being made here. I've moved these 2 units into this area with the furnaces, okay? What I'm going to do here with the crafting stations is I'm going to get them lined up over here, because there's more room on this side of the door than on this side of the door. So I'm going to do that. But I was thinking about putting the oil refinery right here and then having the 2 crushers be right here. But again, I don't know if I need, or grinder, sorry. I don't know if I need 2 grinders, so I'm waiting on that. I've moved the disassembler, the bot disassembler, to be over here in this lonely dark corner. Also, there's not enough lights in here. And so I think it's time we get a few lights. And I think probably what we could do is... we could just kind of go like this. Just add some lights in this area around the shuttle. Speaking of the shuttle, let's go down and do an expedition down to the surface of this Laybacher, if that's how you say it. I have no idea. Scan it. We have crude oil down there. Iron, copper, quartz, all sorts of things. Yay, this is a very good planet. Oh, I very much like this planet. So we're going to be here for a little bit, yeah. So let's send an expedition down. We have 450 storage capacity, which feels awesome. And you know what? I'm going to send down... I'm not really building anything that's super complicated, so why don't I pull Terrence off of mining here, and we'll add Dark Dragon in, because he's got a better mining skill. We'll launch this expedition. Now I need to go in and connect you and you. Solar panels are getting built. Exciting times. All very exciting times. We're getting close to having all of them built. Here and here and here. Okay. Very, very good stuff. Now somebody asked, like, uh-oh. The egg has hatched something. Oh my god! It's an entire litter of cats! Oh, I'm horrified! The egg has hatched something. Several new life forms have been detected. Oh, I'm horrified. It's an entire litter of cats. Oh no! Mittens, Cuddles, Patches, Sophie, Angel, Oliver. Are you guys gonna turn into, like, a bunch of crawlers later? Order petting. Yeah, more like order them to go to the grinder. All right, you, cat, to the nutrient extractor. Pronto. Oh no. There's so many cats. That means there's less food for my dogs. I'm gonna change this into a growing area as well, because we're actually running low on grain, and grain is something I've been using to, like, feed the animals and stuff. Like, they take protein, but they also take grain and everything. So I'd like to get that going, not just for bread, but also for feeding animals. And this growing area is really nice. since this one is laid out exactly the same, I mean, I guess aside from the location of these little blips here, but pretty much this is exactly the same. What I'm going to do is just make an identical copy of this room and bring it over here. So my research area, which I think is a little bit big anyway, I probably don't need 3 of these research stations, but I'm going to bring them over here where the shuttle used to be. This is an okay place for research. So if I bring this, for example, and relocate this bench, I think I'm going to go something like slightly into the glass here, kind of like that. And then we'll take this bench as well, relocate it, and it's just going to kind of be off-centered a little bit, so it'll be over here. And then we'll take this one, relocate that, and I could put it like kind of like this. So it's sort of like there's this weird research area that everybody can just congregate in. I wish I could, honestly, I do wish I could maybe place them on an angle. I would feel better about the arrangement. And I might move them around a little bit. Uh-oh. Expedition Shuttle Scarecrow is trying to communicate with you. Oh, shit. Stasis pod belongs to a freelance merchant who is offering a trade. There's a trade on the surface. Okay. His name is Dog. Would you like to buy my cats? Dude, I will sell these cats. I will. I'm not a cat person, by the way. I don't have anything against people who are, okay? But I'm not a cat person. If I can sell the cats, I will. I will offer Angel. Angel's like a nice name for a cat. Cuddles is like, they're worth $3,000 each. Heck yeah, dude. Oh, we gotta sell the cats. There's just too many of them. This egg hatched and gave me great money here, okay? I'm just gonna sell the cats to a guy named Dog. Because there's not enough food for the animals. I mean, you might think this is like, no, don't sell my kitties, but like, there's not enough food for them. They're going to die, and my dogs might die too. And sorry, dogs win. That's just me. But Cuddles, Mitten, Oliver's, Patches. I'll keep Angel. How's that? We'll keep one cat, and I don't see another cat. So Sophie. Tell you what, I'll keep Angel and Sophie, okay? For the cat lovers, you get 2 cats. I got 2 dogs, okay? I got Shelby, and then there is Missy Coco, okay? There's 2 dogs, so there'll be 2 cats. Can we call it even? Okay? And then their offer, what I want is a human. No. Disk compression upgrades. These are always great to have. And then I also think they could offer me not a crawler. Definitely not that. Grain is pretty cheap. Look at the difference in price between grain and flour. I could buy all this grain, convert it to flour, and sell it for almost 4 times profit. Pretty good. Reactor efficiency upgrade. Oh, we have some of these. I think we can sell reactor efficiency upgrades as well. I should be creating them, so there might be some available to sell. Right here, there's one. I'm going to select that too. We're going to sell. And that's the whole point of buying, of making these, is to sell them. So we're going to do that. And then I still think I want something else from this guy. Not sure what yet. I might be able to get a little bit of lithium from him, but we're already collecting that ourselves. Survival meals. Maybe a space helmet. I don't yet have the ability to create spacesuits, so maybe I'll get one of his helmets. And if he has a suit, I suppose I should probably take that as well. He doesn't, but that's okay. Maybe a bunch of protein. If he has any titanium plate, I'd take that too, but he doesn't have it. So I think we'll go with, the thing is, I want to buy the energy rifle. Okay, I do. But when we got raided and when the crawlers were here, the only bot that didn't participate in the fight was Tack. Even Dark Dragon eventually got to the raid. It took him a while to get there, but I mean, he can't fly. But Tack stood way in the back and did nothing. All right, he shot into the walls and stuff. So in the current version of the game, ranged combat just doesn't seem like it's worth it. You'd want to go melee. But important to note, between my recording last night and the one I'm doing today, there was an update made to the game that increases the base damage of all beings from 1 point to 5 points. So everybody, my enemies and me, are now going to be doing, I guess, 5 damage instead of 1 damage as a baseline. And so, like, everything's going to start doing more damage, and which should mean that we can defend ourselves faster, but it also probably means that, you know, we might die. If the energy, right, if ranged combat was good right now, I'd probably buy these, or at least one of them. But since it doesn't seem like it's all that big of a deal, I'm going to hold off on it. The problem I'm going to have with this, I think the small little asterisk I'm going to have with this is that if the AI comes with guns and they start shooting, I know I'm going to be in trouble there, but I don't know if it's going to be effective. I'll tell you what, I'll buy one as a compromise. I'm talking myself into it. So get rid of the gun, get rid of the cats, and our reactor efficiency upgrade, and gain 2 discompressions, an energy rifle, which is so expensive. I don't want this. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take the money instead, man. Yeah, I'm going to take the money instead and invest it. All right, so let's execute this trade. I've talked myself into it, then I talked myself out of it. I just wanted to bring you into my crazy mental process, okay? So we will make guns later, okay? If we need guns, we'll make the guns. All right. Get the lights turned on. The lights turned on, and we'll connect you to the lights as well. So now it's a lot more lights, a lot more light here near where the shuttle comes in, which is pretty good. We haven't really done much for the temperature near the shuttle, but the entire ship is basically oxygen now, aside from where this is. But yeah, so anyway, this should drop much slower now because we have 4 of these heat sinks. I'm considering adding 2 here, but what I also could do is line this area with the radiators, and then I may not even need this wall at all in the first place. I may not need to close this in at all anyway. So if I take a look at temperature in here, you'll see that honestly, the temperature is going up very slow. This has been closed the entire time I've been talking. Granted, we have had this, you know, paused for a lot of that, but it still hasn't been that much of it. And so the internal temperature and the external temperature, that's how I've got my my thing configured here, right? I deal with the external temperature this way, deal with the internal temperature this way. So a little bit bigger area here now. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's connect that to get light there. And I've moved my storages down. I think it's probably a good idea to get some lights over into this area. So we'll add a light here and also up here. And this is just going to provide light to where the storages are. Also move the converter. And I think I'm actually going to set this over on the side. The converter isn't all that helpful. It's a situational thing, but I probably don't need it anymore now that I already have these. Like, this kind of is unnecessary now that I have these. So probably we'll break this down, but maybe not. We'll see. Connect that, and we've got this. So the crafting stations and stuff, I want to pull them over here. I'm going to take and put one crafting station here. Yeah, one against the wall. Trying to figure out how I had these organized. Whoops, that would be the heck tree, which I just learned is the T key. Great. I will try to use that. What just happened? You're not actually moving that to be overlapping, are you? No, there's like a shadow. A shadow of a station right here. That's interesting. Rotate. I want to put you... See, now they both go in the same spot. I wish I could, like, change where they're going to be standing, but it doesn't look like I can do that. But I can do something like this instead. I think it was like this. Yeah, one station was here. One station was there. Just trying to remember how I had this. And then it had it in how I had it in my head, that is. I keep doing the wrong button here. So let's rotate. We had this here, and then this station was going to be here. All right, so we're going to have crafting and stuff happening here. So let's get all these connected like so. I'm not sure what's going on with this red area. Kind of looks like there's like a remnants of something. So let me move this temporarily. Yeah, so there's something going on here now, like a shadow of what was. So we'll just ignore that if we can. Maybe when I reboot the game, it'll change. So we have the microchips being processed here. I want transistors made here. I want copper wire being produced here. And I think we could probably keep going with copper wire, but I'm going to do battery cells here. And then we come over to this one. I can have drones and stuff being made with resources here. So another carrier drone is coming online too. And I think overclocking is done. I think that research finished. So let me real quick see if in computing, we now have the bigger disk modules right here, 2 terahertz. So we're just going to replace the existing ones with these bigger ones. At least on this side, which gives me more capabilities. Woo, you definitely want your AI to have more capabilities, let me tell you. Speaking as an AI, I will assure you that this is definitely a good idea. So if I was going to do another crusher, or another grinder, I'd probably put it right here next to a couple more heat sinks in the back, and then that would probably be it. So I have this walk path that allows them to get in here and craft things, but then also still use this area for other things. So that's how I want to play this, I think, for now. Let's check in on our expedition, which we can do by just going like this. Details, Scarecrow. I had somebody say I should rename this. When he said I should rename this Firefly. I've decided I'm going to leave this one Scarecrow, but when we need another one, because this is the deviceware for the shuttle that was already here, right? All the deviceware is really high on all of the stuff that was here when the ship was crashed, right? And so in that situation, eventually this is going to get up and we're going to have to replace it. The shuttle that I end up building to replace this one, we'll name that one Firefly. That'll probably take us to the end of the game. So then I'm going to take the research stations. I'm still not sure exactly how I want these to be, how I want them to be. But I was hoping to make them like in a kind of like a 3-point, like a triangle sort of thing, but you can't do that with a grid. Yeah, you almost have to do 4, and I don't want to do 4. This might look better if it's over a little bit. Might look better if it's maybe kind of like this. Not sure if that looks better or worse. Possibly we could rotate this and put it up against the wall, but then it's not in the glassy area, and I like it being in the glass area. All right, we're gonna leave this the way it is, and we might end up just only having a few stations later anyway. So this light, we're gonna give it a slightly bluer hue, give it a sciencey look, and then in here we're gonna replace how this stuff is anyway. So I want floor. We're gonna build a copy over top of all these lit floors, and then lighting here. We're gonna build copies and place the floor lights in line with where these ones are, which is every 4, I think. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. So there should be one here. No, it's here. It's 4 in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. No, it's not. They're not equal. Well, you can see I'm looking over here. They're not equal. So it is what it is. We're gonna place lights like that though. And then we're gonna swap this thing out, and we're gonna get basically all of this to be wall switches and stuff instead of sitting in the middle like that. Adding more electricity, and we should have people doing research now. Indeed we do, at least Groot is. Fantastic. I want to get a captain's chair as well, and that's other research later on. I'm currently researching advanced propulsion, which, as you can tell, we're researching quite slowly because we can only dedicate 500 kilowatts to it. We just got Maxon, another carrier bot, so our logistics are going to be sweet. And most likely want to add more charging stations. So let me just add like a couple of charging stations. We'll put one in this room. Let's put 2 of them in this room. And we'll put one of them maybe... I don't know. I could stick one over by the shuttle too. It's probably a good idea. We'll stick one like over here. And then we've got one in this area. Kind of like that, but we'll have another one there too. And then let's stick one more. We have a couple areas where they're kind of like really far away from charging ports. So maybe we'll have another bot charging station be kind of nestled in here. And then another one here. I want to give them the ability to, like, I really want to give them the ability to handle charging whenever they need to. So we're going to build a copy of the wall switch there. Build another one, I think here. Nope. It's going to have to be here. Here. And then we're going to have another wall switch on the wall there. And trying to figure out how I'm going to get this to move over. I guess I'm going to need another one there. And then finally one over on this side, let's say here. Next to this charging port. So the goal is to get all of them connected together. So you need a bunch of them that are somewhat close together with each other. Actually, instead of there, I can put it here. It would look better if I put it there. Let's cancel this one. And we'll go ahead and put it here instead. Okay. And then we can kind of connect everything up together. And then once it's all connected, I just verify that all these things are connected in different ways. And then I can gut this connection point and move it somewhere else. Or just, get rid of it entirely. I want to find the expedition here. So we're currently about to fill up our storage. That's cool. 450 items in one trip. Very nice, huh? Now they're coming back to unload all of that wonderful. We got 140 copper coming in, 136 iron. We're very close to the surface. This thing came back very quick. That was a very fast response. I'm definitely appreciative of that. Wow. They drop off the stuff and off they go. And then the bots come in. They'll take it from here and they'll put it into the storages here, which then gets moved around and transported and processed and all that stuff. So that's what we want. So I'm going to take this radar station. We're going to eventually get the telescope. And I think the telescope should be on the outside. So I'm going to take this radar station and kind of put it maybe up a little bit like this. And when we're ready for the telescope, we'll have that be right here. I think it's bigger. I think the telescope is a larger item. I'm not sure why I think that, though. I can't tell you exactly why I think that. I just feel like it should be. If you can see, a deep space telescope should be bigger than this. All right. I'm going with my gut. All right. All right. Let's see. So it looks like we're waiting for transistors and copper wire and like all the basics. We're just waiting for that stuff. So I think what I want to do maybe is I can get this thing to stop at. I'm going to let you stop at 2 for now. Just to kind of hold off. Now, we're having people taking malnutrition damage. CJ's taking malnutrition damage. So this is happening again. Why? Eating. It says he's eating. I don't understand. Nav fail. Why are you failing to navigate to the food? You're telling me there's no food available. That's just incorrect. There is food available. It's located in the refrigerator over here. And there is an entire fridge full of food sitting right here, ready to go. I'm starting to suspect anyway, that they won't eat anything if it's not sitting out. I'm going to take the soy burgers for a little bit, and I'm going to place them like right here. And I'm going to see if CJ responds to that at all. Because he's just sitting out here doing nothing. Taking damage. Not eating. Idle. And I can't do anything about that. Now it says he's sleeping. But I don't know. I don't know. I think he's bugged out, right? You get colonists that will completely bug out and they won't eat. So this needs to be fixed. This is a problem that has to be fixed. And I can do nothing about this because I can't control him. He's an unmanaged person. I can't control him. He's got his traits. Unmanaged worker. So his firefighting plans, etc. This is all his maintenance and harvesting tasks. Yeah, this is like all the stuff he's been doing. But the thing is, he is not mind controllable because I don't have the beta wave thing. It might be useful for me to get the beta wave thing. It will seek food. Yeah, right. It might be helpful for me to get the beta wave things just to save their life at this rate, because they will just sit here and do nothing and then die. He's not even drinking. It's like he's stuck. It's almost like, yeah, it's like he's stuck. Maybe I can, if I move something, will I free him? If I move the storage down here, will that free him? Make him move? I don't know. Like, there's nothing I can do here. He's just standing here. Calculating path. Order rescue. Rescue him. Okay, hold on. Now, what does that do? He's been moved here. Okay. That didn't rescue him. Undefined bug. See? Undefined bug. So I'm thinking, yeah, he's just dead. He's immobilized. I don't know why. I don't know why. Retry task. Rescue him. Rescue him. Rescuing for a being stuck in space. Yeah, man, like he is just here. So nobody's gonna rescue him. Nobody can save you. There's no helping you. Okay, well, there's no helping him, so he just dies here. Sorry, CJ, you're dead. Thankfully, that's not a named character this time. So we can see this firsthand, that there is, in fact, a problem with them sometimes getting to food when they should absolutely have food. And there's, again, nothing I can really do about it. All right, so I will take and bio-waste accumulation, bring this down. And we will then eat CJ. CJ will become some food for us. Unfortunately, that is just what we've gotten to now. We've gotten to the point where CJ will become food. If you're not willing to eat it, then you will become it. What else we got? I want to get the lights and stuff sorted. CJ just died. Malnutrition. Yep. Bye, CJ. Makes no sense. Take CJ onwards to... Can we take his clothes? Order strip. Strip him first. There we go. Because, like, we can use his clothes. I don't think there's a debuff on that, like Rimworld, where you wearing clothes that was on a dead body. I don't think that exists in this game. If it does, then I guess great, but it doesn't say so. So we're going to say... Yeah, he's still just sitting here. We need to get him to be... Cancel rescue, because that was really ineffective. And then you'll take the body away, transport it all the way over here, and dump it into the nutrient reactor. Yay! Nutrient extractor. We will now eat CJ. May he rest in peace. So, obviously, this is a closed alpha. I'm hoping that early access, when you guys get this, some of these errors will get fixed. Some of these problems that are clear problems, you know, will get solved. That'd be really nice to know that was going to happen. Let's go ahead and add even more solar panels. I didn't even build these ones yet, so probably not worth it if we don't have the resources to do the ones we already have queued. I guess we'll just wait for that. So yeah, I'm gonna sit here and wait for a little bit here. We're mining. We're still bringing resources back at 450 per trip, which is awesome. So we're gonna get all this stuff taken care of. We're gonna get advanced propulsion soon. Once advanced propulsion is done, we can of course make the fusion drives, which are gonna take a lot. I mean, look at this, 20 titanium plates each. That's expensive. I think the 3 microchips is more expensive. Construction is 7. We have that, but we're gonna get that done. Then I might go after probes potentially. We can launch probes to distant parts of a star system to scan planets from a distance. I want to use this so we can find the resources we need without having to travel all the way there. We can maybe go into this. There's a lot of power, so maybe not. And then I think possibly what I could do is, like, I have energy storage queued up and energy weapons queued up, but I think instead of those, what I'll probably focus on instead is, I'm looking for it, telescope. Oh, sorry, stock market insights first, then telescope. because I want to start trading and getting money. I like money, okay? I'm a big fan of money. All right, I'm starting to think that we're just not crafting things fast enough, okay? We're always short copper wire. We're just always short everything. And so I'm going to change this up, the strategy up a little bit here. We're going to go with just one grinder. And we're going to break this grinder down. Yeah, I could just leave it here. It's honestly not hurting anything for right now. But we're probably eventually going to break that down. And I'm going to add more of these. I'm going to add more of these crafting stations. Now, the interesting thing about these crafting stations is I could also go in and add the assemblers instead. The assemblers capable of making all the same stuff. But the assemblers are handled by bots and delivered, and it's kind of an automated thing, which you would think is better to have things automated than it is to have people have to run them. However, let me propose an alternative reality to you, and that is that humans, for whatever reason, need a purpose in their life. Okay, they need to feel like they belong and that they have a purpose.